we're going to begin looking at how to submit a project into Blackboard. And this one in particular is the Hawaiian Shirt project. And we're going to submit it multiple ways using two different formats. First of all, you've got to locate where the assignment is. And if you go into Activity Units, locate the unit where the assignment should be. In the case of the Hawaiian Shirt, it's in unit number 6. So click on that. Again, I'm going to go into a student view, so yours looks like mine. So go into the unit, and then you can see the SPA, the Self and Peer Assessment unit there. You click on that. Now, it gives you the illusion that you're actually inside the assignment, when in fact you're not. I don't like this setup, but if you scroll to the bottom, you're going to see two links. One for completing the evaluation assessment, and the one at the very bottom is the link taking you inside the assignment. So I click it, and now you'll notice when you scroll down, you're going to see the evaluation assessment questions. There are 5 in total for the Hawaiian Shirt, so that means you need to submit 5 times. Now, I'm just going to launch Illustrator and get that ready. And what we're going to do in this case is we're going to save a native Illustrator version of the file. That's a .ai file. And we do this with every sort of software we would work with. We'd always save a native version, just in case you need to make edits. We're going to submit one copy of the AI version of the file, but then we're going to use the File Export Save for Web Legacy, and we're going to export a PNG or a JPEG version of that file. Those are images. They're a lot more efficient in terms of upload times. So the very first time we submit the AI file, it's going to take quite a bit of time. And if we had to do that for all 5 files, it's going to take us a lot of time uploading. So to shorten that, we're going to make the first one an AI, and the remaining 4 are going to be PNGs or JPEGs, just to cut down on upload times. Why are we even putting in the AI file in the first place? Well, it may be that your work gets selected for publication in one of the school's annuals, in which case it needs to go to print, in which case we would need the original file. And so having at least one version there allows for file analysis by the prof, but it also allows us to pass that through to any of our publishing units if your work was considered for the end of your book or displays. Okay, that said, I'm just going to open up one that I've already done, and let's just say this is all ready. And you notice it's got the pattern applied to the shirt. The pattern has been offset. Nothing lines up perfectly, just like in the real world. I've got my name in bold sans serif 18 point and regular sans serif 18 point, all in one line just tucked below the shirt. I've got a sample of my pattern, a sample of my button, and a sample of my label. The buttons have been applied, the label's been applied up here, and I've even put little flourishes under the collar to make them look like they're casting shadows, all in an attempt to increase the level of realism. Okay, so I'm ready to save it, so I File, Save As, and here I'm going to call it Kinney Jim Hawaiian Shirt.ai. I'll save it to my desktop. And that I just keep for my archives. You would rarely ever give away an AI version of your file, because that's the thing you want to maintain ownership over. To create an image version, we'll use the File Export Save for Web Legacy. We do that, it gives us another menu, and up here we need to select either JPEG, PNG8, or PNG24. PNG24 gives you a better dynamic range of color, And make sure transparency is off. There should be no check mark there. Now, I'll save that, and that too I will save to the desktop. So I've got two versions of that file. Let's take a look at them on the desktop and see what they look like. So when we compare them, right here, you can see here's the image, PNG. It looks like a fully printed page. And here's the original native AI Adobe Illustrator file. It looks like it's on blue-lined graph paper. And that's the one we want to archive for our own records. This is the one we're going to submit. We're actually going to submit both of them just to see how to do this. We'll go into Blackboard, which is our learning management system, and then under question 1 we click on that, and here's our input field. If you only see one line here, click the ellipsis and expand the menu, because we're going to use this Add Content button right here to add content. Now I've already got content in there. I'm just going to delete it and then click the Add Content button and then choose Insert Local Files. I'll locate on the desktop my AI file. That's the AI. And I'm going to open that up. Now watch how long this takes. And then multiply that by 5. And you'll see why I'm only going to do this once. And then subsequent to that, I'm going to upload an image or PNG version of my file. But it's worth doing just to see how long this rather complex file takes to upload. If we were to do this with a PDF, portable document format file, it might take even longer. So here we have it. It's just a link, and when the evaluator comes in to evaluate the work, all they need to do is right-click on that link and download the file and open it up in Illustrator for evaluation. So we've done that. All I need to do now is click the Next button so that it takes us to question 2. You'll notice I've already got content there. I'm just going to delete it so we can see what to do right from the beginning. I click the plus sign, Insert Local File, and locate my PNG. Contrast how quickly that happens. Speeds up. I can click on it and grab the scale bars and scale that down just so that the evaluator can see it all in that window in one go. Click Next, and I would do it again, and so on until I've made 5 submissions in total. And then finally, on the 5th submission, once you've made it, you'll see the Submit button. Roll down to the bottom, check to make sure the status of each question says completed. That way you know you've handed it all in. Click OK, and you're done.